Horizon View Pod and Block Architecture. In this video we're going to discuss the pod and block architecture and its modular approach to building and scaling a View deployment. We will look at the parts that make up the architecture, such as the desktop blocks for hosting the virtual desktop machines, the management block that contains all the Horizon View components, such as the connection servers, and then how to scale the number of users by deploying multiple desktop blocks, or pods as they are known as. When we discussed the infrastructure components at the beginning of this course, we mentioned that there were really two sets of infrastructure within the solution, one to host the virtual desktop machines, and another to host the infrastructure components such as connection servers. These form the basis of the pod and block architecture. We're going to start by looking at the desktop block, which is used to host the virtual desktop machines. A Horizon View block is designed to support up to 2,000 users and contains all the infrastructure that is required to resource these virtual desktop machines. The desktop block also contains a vCenter server, ESX host servers, networking and storage. The ESXi hosts will need to be sized with enough resource and capacity that is required by the virtual desktop machines, so enough memory, CPU and any other additional requirements, such as GPU cards. So where does a pod come in? A Horizon View pod consists of 5 blocks, or 5 lots of 2,000 users, meaning a single pod can support up to 10,000 users. Next we have the management block. This contains the infrastructure components such as connection servers, replica servers and security servers that are required to support the desktop blocks. A management block can consist of up to a total of 7 connection servers. 5 of these support each of the 2,000 users within the block, and the other 2 are for high availability in the event that a connection server fails. As with the desktop block, the management block will have its own ESXi host servers, vCenter servers, storage and networking. The vCenter server in the management block is a different instance used to manage the infrastructure components. Due to the different workload profiles, you would not use this vCenter server to manage the virtual desktop machines. The other components in the management block are the ESXi servers, networking and storage. Now we've looked at the desktop block and the management block, let's bring the two components together to create the View pod. The View pod starts with the management block that hosts the View components. We then add up to 5 View blocks, each supporting up to 2,000 users, up to the total of 10,000 supported users per pod. If you need to scale beyond the 10,000 user limit, then you can deploy multiple pods. However, in this configuration the individual pods do not communicate or share information with each other. They are completely separate sets of infrastructure. That was until the cloud pod architecture came along, which will solve that issue. In the next video we're going to look at the VMware Horizon View cloud pod architecture.